Just give us 1 second. So we are resuming the civil docket for the 210 District Court, April 6, 2022. Again, all matters being heard in accordance with all emergency orders and directives regarding COVID-19. In addition to that, we are streaming all matters live via YouTube for public viewing. We are back on the record. Let me find it. In cause number 2009-1174, Dodeca LLC versus Martha Roche. Again, may I have announcements, please?
Yes, Your Honor. Charles Kennan for plaintiff.
Okay, and Ms. Roche, I think we had at the previous hearing, you had called in. I apologize if there was confusion regarding your appearance today, but we have set you up here in the courtroom, so thank you.
Thank you.
So I believe Ms. Roche had provided some information regarding a payoff or something of that nature. Have you all, Mr. Kennan and Ms. Roche, had an opportunity to speak? What's the status?
Not really, Your Honor, but as far as speaking goes, but I will note that this payoff is to Bank of America, and our account originated as a Chase Bank Visa. The account numbers are both Visa accounts, but the digits are different. This is not our account that issued the payoff.
Okay. Okay. And so I'm not sure, Ms. Roche, I think what we had gone over somewhat last time is I didn't know if you were going to hire an attorney or continue to represent yourself. We've only been set for status. You want to go ahead and let me know, how are you wanting to proceed on this?
Well, I just figured, I figured since I paid it off that it was closed.
This is
okay, but you're
that
hearing,
account.
yeah, what are you hearing what Mr. Kennan is saying?
Yes.
Mr. Kennan is indicating that I think you did provide something that it was Bank of America. Let me look it up.
Yes, Your Honor. It was a letter dated March 14th, 2022 from Capstone Management Group referencing the Bank of America account. Again, they are both Visa accounts, but this is not our account.
Right. So the letter that you provided does not pertain to the account that Mr. Kennan is representing his client on. So I don't know if you have some additional information, Ms. Roche. Are you going to be representing yourself? Are you going to hire an attorney? What are you going to do?
have to hire an attorney then, because this is the only thing I received. And when I got a call, I paid it off, and then they told me that they were going to provide information that I wouldn't be getting any more letters or calls, and they would let you guys know that I paid it off. And that's the only thing I received. This is what came to my house, all the documents, and then I called the number, and then they gave me this case, and they gave me what I owed. And when I spoke to the, I guess whoever I had to pay off, I spoke to them, and they took my payment, and that was it. They told me I was done.
Okay. So for now, I am going to reset today's status for 30 days. Ms. Roche, that's, very reasonable amount of time for you to, figure out how you're going to want to proceed. If you're going to hire an attorney, if you need to look for more documents, I would ask Mr. Kennan and Ms. Roche, if Ms. Roche, if you're going to continue to represent yourself, then, if you have additional documentation, Mr. Kennan is the person to speak with.
Okay.
You hire an attorney, same thing. And so I'll give you all 30 days. I'll give Ms. Roche 30 days. So, Ms. Roche, I don't anticipate we are going to change protocol in this court. So the appearance will be via Zoom, so you don't have to run down to the courthouse. If you need to, if you're unable to log on to the Zoom, then if
I'm able to log on. It's just that my letter said I had to be here, and gave me the room number and the building number.
So it's all via Zoom. Okay.
Okay.
Unless otherwise stated, I'll get you a notice. I think you previously provided my court staff with your contact information, how you received our notice. So if that hasn't changed, you're good to go. We'll see you all in 30 days. You'll get notice of the next hearing.
Thank
you, Your Honor. If I may be excused.
You may. Thank you very much. Thank you, Ms. Roche.
Thank you.
All right. Who's next?
Going back to page 1, Judge, the fourth one.
Go ahead.
In cause number 2021 DCV 1506, Robert Quintano versus Albert Ms. Handler at all. Announcement of council, please.
Good morning, Judge Bruce Gomez for Robert Quintano, the plaintiff.
Ryan Kennedy for Albert Meisenhelder, Dylan Rodriguez, and Anna Rodriguez, Your Honor.
Good morning, gentlemen. You all were here early and you were hidden over there on page 1 in between a bunch of cases that were already taken care of. So my apologies. I know you all were waiting for a minute.
No problem, Judge.
We're here on a status. I seem to think, let me pull it up. You all had given me an update that, I don't know, were you all kind of working on things? Talk to me. What's going on?
Judge, we are set for mediation June 13, 2022. I am 99.999 sure that it will settle that mediation. I hope.
Oh, don't say that, Mr. Gomez. You just put the jinx on it. I can't believe you said that. Even I know better than to do that. No 99.9. No,
Your Honor, I am about 1% sure that we're going to be able to come to a resolution on this.
There you go.
It's a balance. There you go.
You can
Okay.
balance it for me, Judge.
All right. So we're not going to skip. If it's just the same with you all, I am not going to set it until after the 13th of June. Yeah?
Yes,
You all
Judge.
do that?
These have been resolved by now. So we're
Mhm.
just trying to get some injunctions in place between the parties.
So I'll have you all come in. That's a Monday, huh? You all are doing that on a Monday. I'll have you all come back on the 15th, June 15th status.
And I will hope that we have pleasant news, Judge.
I do too. I do too. So we'll see you June 15th. Good luck. Thank you for your patience.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. I appreciate it.
Take care,
That's all I
guys.
have. Can I be dismissed?
Absolutely. Bye, Mr. Gomez.
Thank you, Judge.
Take care. Who's next?
Page 4, Judge, top of page 4.
Uh-huh.
In cause number 2021 DCV 2821 Student Law Solutions LLC versus Jesus A. Cárdenas and Alfonso Cárdenas. Announcement of council, please.
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Kevin Gunthorpe. I'm plaintiff's attorney.
Good morning.
Tessa Bromley on behalf of Jesus Cardenas and Alfonso Cardenas.
Okay, and we're here for a status conference. If I'm not mistaken, I believe Ms. Ferris covered, is this the one that Ms. Ferris covered last time there was an issue? You all have an update?
Well, I think we're going to have to set this for trial. We were looking at we were negotiating a settlement, and then I got a proposed trial brief on one of the issues in the case involving a disagreement about whether we have the right to recover based on the statute of limitations. That brief has not yet been filed with the court. Or at least I don't think it has been. And so if that's the position that the defendant's going to take, then I don't see how we're going to be able to resolve the case.
Okay, Ms. Bromley?
That's correct, Your Honor. We have had settlement discussions, but also we're of the belief that there is potentially a statute of limitations issue with regards to the claims. And so we do have a brief prepared, and I don't have a file stamp copy, so I'm not sure if our staff has filed it yet. But if we're going to be set for trial, that is an issue that would need to be decided by the court, either as a preliminary matter or at the trial setting.
What I have here filed on March 21st is defendant's trial memo on the affirmative defense of statute of limitations. That was filed on March 21st. Ms. Bromley,
okay.
if you need a hearing on that, please email the court coordinator with your request for hearing, with the attached pleading, and we'll get you scheduled. In terms, do you want to just go ahead and pick a trial date now, or how do you want to do it?
Ms. Bromley, if you don't mind, I'm looking and I don't believe I was served with that. I got an email from one of the attorneys saying that we were getting ready to file this, but I don't believe I got the actual file stamp copy.
Are you on the eServe? I mean, are you registered with the e-file system? Your email address?
I am. If you don't mind, I don't want to go looking through 1,000 emails to see whether it was served. I certainly don't have a problem in believing that it was actually filed. I just would like I would like a file stamp copy if I could provide you with my email address.
Sure.
We certainly can do that.
Okay.
Your Honor, I do have a question. How much time will I be allowed to prepare a response to that trial memo? Because there certainly will be one.
I mean, can you do it in 2 weeks? You need more? I'll give you 30 days if you need.
Yeah, if you don't mind, 30 days, it would be great.
Okay, so then we'll do this. That was filed, let's see. So we'll come back on May 11th. And that is going to be a scheduling status conference. I would anticipate that Mr. Gunthorpe, you will have filed your response, and so we can get a hearing set. I would say if you have your response filed, anticipate that May 11th date we can use for the hearing on defendant's memorandum.
Okay.
So
Okay.
May the 11th is going to be a hearing on the statute of limitations issue, and that's
Yes,
at
sir.
what time?
I mean, yes, ma'am. I'll have to look at the calendar. So just
Okay.
bear with us. We'll send you notice. And then it'll also be a scheduling status conference. So
Okay.
if you all can also maybe get some availability dates. I wouldn't imagine you don't need too long of a timetable, right? I mean, are you all requesting a jury trial or a bench trial?
A bench on our side.
Okay, so scheduling should be very easy. So we'll just know that on May 11th, we'll also be looking at picking a date.
Okay.
Okay?
All right. Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you,
You're
Your Honor.
welcome. Take care. Who's next?
The second one, Judge.
All right, go ahead.
In cause number 2020 DCV 4118, Edward G. Demos versus Teresa Reed, MD, and Mary Vaughn, MD. Announcement of council, please.
Cliff Jessup here for defendants, Judge.
Are we missing somebody? Yeah, we're missing somebody. What's going on, Mr. Jessup?
Judge, if you recall, this is the one last time plaintiff's counsel didn't show up, and I think they did file a motion to dismiss in a different case under a different name. So I called them to try to see if we could clarify that. I haven't been able to get anybody to call me back, Judge.
What is going on? So who is it? David Chavez?
There's a Yanez and Chavez as attorneys, David Chavez.
Okay, so Mr. Maruf, we need to be making some phone calls. I think, and did I do the same thing, Mr. Jessup? I said, well, you're good to go. We'll see if we can get them. If not, we'll come back in a couple of weeks, right?
Yeah, I think, that was my recollection.
I really hate to make you wait, but I'm going to leave it pending for them to show up, and I still don't want to make you wait. So, Mr.
That's
Jessup,
okay.
you're good to go. You're
That's
welcome to
okay.
stay, but you're good to go.
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Okay, we need to make some calls to plaintiff's attorney. All right, who's next? Mr. Khan, I'll call it. Calling cause number 2021 DCV 3487, El Paso Nursing Rehab versus Josefina Vargas. May I have an announcement, please?
Good morning, Your Honor. Attorney Howard Kahn, representing plaintiff El Paso Nursing and Rehabilitation Center.
Okay, and I don't see anyone here on behalf of Josefina Vargas. Mr. Khan, are you the one that, did you send the green card over here to the court from the last hearing? Because I think I got one.
On the last hearing, we got it, but on this one, we reset it for some reason. I don't recall exactly why. Probably notice wasn't timely. When
Right.
we got notice of this hearing, we sent it out that day, March 4th.
Mhm.
And I just checked it an hour before I got online here, and the post office still has the certified mail notice of the hearing today. So I can't affirmatively represent that got to the defendant. I did send it first class mail though, but I know the court likes to see the green card, and I just don't have it. And the USPS.gov doesn't show that it was delivered or even attempted to be delivered.
So what did we receive? We received something. We received a green card.
It may be a copy of the green card that we made before we sent it, so that we had a copy of the green card before we sent it, so we knew what the number was exactly. But that's not one that was delivered, because if you use that number and you go into the post office, they show March 4th is when they got it, but it's still with the post office. It was never delivered. And they show March 4th they got it, March 6th it arrived at the El Paso Distribution Center, And March 10th, it's transit to the next facility. And that's it. So it went from the El Paso Center to the next facility, but there's no more tracking history on USPS.gov.
So, okay, have you seen this green card, Mr. Khan? It says that date of delivery, Josefina Vargas, it was signed off on by A. Alvarez on March 5th.
That can't be for this hearing. It has to be for the prior hearing, because
Prior
one
hearing.
for the-
Gotcha.
we weren't able to prove that we had the green card at the prior hearing, so the court reset it and we had to renotice it, and they haven't got it yet on that. But if you wanted to accept that as notice of the prior hearing that they didn't appear on,
What
I
was the date of the prior hearing?
I think that was March 2nd.
Second, and they didn't receive it till the 5th. Oh, that's, yeah, I know. Mr. Khan, you may proceed on your motion.
Thank you, Your Honor. This is a nursing home bill for $13,313.69 approved up under Rule 185, the Texas Rules of Civil Procedure, and Texas Rules of Evidence 90210B and 8036. This is our second hearing. We served this on October 14th, 2021. Response was due on 11/8/2021. The proof of service was returned to the court on 10/19 of 2021. We have attached to our motion for default judgment our certificate of last known address, affidavit, non-military status affidavit, and a status report pursuant to the Service Member Civil Relief Act indicating this lady is not in the military. And of course, my attorney's fees affidavit for this case, for preparation of this case through default judgment for $1,500. So we ask the court grant our motion for default judgment.
I'll be granted, Mr. Khan. I don't know if I requested this before. I probably did, but I have so many emails right now. If you would send me a proposed default order, I'll go ahead and get that filed and signed. Okay?
Thank you very much, Your Honor.
Thank you.
I'd be excused.
You may.
Thank
All
you.
right, Mr. Borschow. Are you here on 1204, Lara Camacho?
Yes, Your Honor, I am. Good morning.
Good morning. Calling cause number 2021 DCB 1204, Lara Camacho versus Alexandra Desiree Waller. You have announcements, please.
Jeffrey Borschow on behalf of the plaintiff Laura Camacho.
Okay, and we have a notation here on the docket. We're waiting for reduction on a hospital lien. Is there nobody's on the other side?
No, Your Honor, this was a case that was filed directly with Allstate prior to them hiring counsel shortly after we filed the case. And just to advise the court, we were waiting on a final hospital lien in order to provide Allstate with the necessary drafting instructions so that we could get the checks in and then non-suit the case. My client did go to a hospital within 72 hours of the accident. And so out of abundance of caution, we wanted to make sure that both Allstate and myself wanted to make sure that Allstate had a notice of the final hospital lien. So we were waiting on a reduction for that. This morning, I checked, there was no hospital lien actually filed with the county. So I have sent, just prior to this hearing, I did send Allstate drafting instructions, told them to send us the entire amount of the settlement. We'll see if they want to do that. I hope that they will. And if they do, as soon as I get the check in, I can non-suit the case. We will take care of the hospital lien, well, the hospital bill. I don't think there's an actual lien.
Okay, well, I've had this set a couple of times now on an entry of judgment. I'm just going to do a status in 30 days. Okay, this seems, I know that might be a tight turnaround, but I just want to get things moving.
Right, yes, and I appreciate that, Your Honor. I don't think that we'll even need to appear for that. Assuming Allstate sends us the check that we've requested, we should be good within 30 days.
Okay, so we'll do a 30-day status. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Honor. May I be excused?
You may. Thank you.
Thank you.